Hello, my dear friends, my subscribers, and whoever is watching this. This is one part of Austria which you cross, or if you're going to Slovenia on the out of highway, so not on the highway. And you will certainly travel to this. Behind there, I show you in another movie just before that one. It is. You can see mountains and everything. Here is like a valley with a road which is going down towards Slovenia. And behind all those mountains or hills, let's say hills more, it's Slovenia. It's that country which some of you English people said that is the poorest country. In anger towards my last movie about the poorest country in Europe, which by my prediction and my observation is England, certainly not Slovenia. And I would love to explain to you, to my dear English people, why I come with that observation. I mean, if you're interested in facts. But if you're just attacking me because I'm originally from Slovenia, because you're the poorest country, I mean, you live in the poorest country in the world, I wouldn't say in the world, but certainly in Europe, then it doesn't matter, because you will probably not even see this video. But anyway, let's start first. I will just give you some points. Check the facts, how many homeowners you have in England, or actually in all UK, and how many homeowners is in Slovenia. You will be amazed that in Slovenia you come to the figures of 70 to 80% of population own their home, or even most of them actually have another vacation home, or even two sometimes. So I'm not sure about England, because figures which I find on the internet are showing that only 33% of English people own their home. And don't forget, if you're paying mortgage for your home, that doesn't mean that you own your home. So that's one of the very important figures. I mean, some of you actually point GDP, which is highest, higher in England, so that's a point number 2, GDP. That's probably right, but we cannot, live by GDP, because GDP doesn't show how much money you have in your pocket after you get your salary every month. So, if you just stick to GDP, then you're probably one of the richest countries. So hopefully you enjoy that. Anyway, it's okay with me if you think so, that England is one of the richest countries in Europe. I don't mind if you like that. That's completely right. Let's go to point number 3. Have a look of your attitude towards foreigners, towards people. You just don't care. In England, you just don't care about other people. You just care about yourself, your salary. And even some Slovenians who I met, and they actually move and they are working there in your country, they become quite English. They don't care. Just the importance is just you. And it's really amazing, last time when I was somewhere in England, and one lady actually hit me, walking straight past me, and whatever was just, from that heat, or something like that. I would say coincidentally, but it was not coincidentally, because she just didn't care and she didn't even have a look where she's walking. But it's amazing, she said sorry. without even look at me. She didn't even look at me. She just passed me and she said sorry. Is that an attitude of English people? That politeness is like, I'm sorry, I can smack you around your ears and I say just sorry, my hand just, just fly away, poof, amazing. I mean, that culture, English culture mostly, is just disgusting. So, and I can even tell you a bit more on this point about your beautiful, pure country. I mean, poor, not pure, poor country. Like, if you travel around Royal Town Bridge, Thunder Bridge, Royal Town Bridge, something like that anyway, you know what I mean. That area, or even a lot of places in England, there are like a lot of people who, even if they work in a hotel, if they work in customer service, even if they work in the shops, they will not even serve you, or they will not even care about you, even if you're their customer, if you wish to buy something from them, because you're not speaking maybe the proper English language with the right intonation, like usually like a royalty. So Royal Tunbridge Wells, yes, that was the town or city I was experiencing several times. So it's really amazing. So that's the third point. Let's go to the fourth point. Slovenia, comparable to England, is quite beautiful. It's amazingly green. And we have a lot of sun. So, I wouldn't say that we can be poorest, at least not on that part either. Because we even have a saying, Slovenia, the sunny side of Alps. So, I don't know, check that part maybe. Because, we all know England like with amazing rain all the time, most of the time. I mean, in the last few years you really get some sun, even summer times, even over summer times. But let's say not a lot. And you're like your weather. I mean, you're pissing on everyone, honestly. And what else would you like to know? That in England, if we go to number 5, I'm not sure how many people can survive if they don't work tomorrow. How much money do you have on your account or in your pocket if your income is stopped by the government or somebody? Can you, for an example, start growing vegetables? Do you grow any vegetables? I don't know. You're English. I know that most of Slovenians have some farms, or they're connected some farms, and they can easily survive on that. So that's another point. You actually even notice after Brexit that you run out without a lot of things. It's amazing. Even water, you didn't even have water in supermarkets. I mean, so it's very hard to say that we are the poorest country comparable to you. But okay, if you think so, like I said, that's completely you're entitled to your opinion. So that's great, but maybe you should just check some facts. Then, let's say number 6 or whatever is the number. Fear. Your country lives of fear. Because, have a look, you actually own half of the world before. I mean, you did. And you kill most of Aboriginal people around. Let's say Australia, Indians, American Indians, let's say like that. Check all other countries which you were like there, and what sort of damage you actually done it. So, I'm not sure if Slovenia, with population of 2 million, we were never like so much involved in the world politics because we are too small. We were before under Austro-Hungarian Republic, and I'm not sure that we damaged so much of the world and the world's population like you did. So that's why we don't live in that fear. But Slovenia even have one amazing word in their name of the country, and that amazing word is love. I wouldn't say that we are full of love, because we are not, but certainly we have a lot more understanding and love towards other people than you do. So that's for sure, especially towards even immigrants and other people. So maybe you should look into that too. Then let's compare, under number 7, let's compare the flat or the house where you live to our houses. Our houses are usually at least 2 flats or 3 flats, or even they have, a lot of people even have some garages around and a lot of other things. But usually you call it mansions. It's in Slovenia just an ordinary home. So I don't know if, again, we have that can be poorest comparable to you. Then let's say number 8. Let's say how much land you own. You own in England. Just like a land, like a forest, like that one here. How much square meters or square feet do you have? Go and check the figures, how much we own in Slovenia. Even I have some land. Can you imagine? It's hard to imagine, I know. But doesn't matter. So, I don't know. What else should I tell you about my dear England? I really like your country, honestly. I mean country, like countryside, and even most of people are nice. I mean, I wouldn't say that, majority is like that. But let's compare another. Let's say, what would that be, number 8 or number 9? Let's have a look on Sundays. Go to the McDonald's and have a look how many people sit with their family at home and cook the family meal for them, for their father, mother, and so on, and they sit and they talk. In Slovenia, that's a normal thing. On Sundays, it's like a family meal around 12 o'clock. We call it that lunch. And it's with a soup, with some meat, with some, how I would say, vegetables, and usually dessert and some wine and everything like that. Just nearly in every, family home, even in flats. So, at least what I experience in England, most of people doesn't cook. They usually eat in McDonald's or some other shitty places, let's say like that, with food. Because we cannot say that fast food is something what is healthy or something like that. So I wouldn't even say that, most of Slovenians eat healthy, but certainly a lot healthier than English people do. So, and let's go further from there. So we come to the food. We have all those things. Can you once come into Slovenia and have a look how cleaner it is comparable to your lovely England? I was walking around. I mean, it's really amazing how dirty can be the places, how dirty can be even at homes, your own homes. Most of people just don't care where they live. So, I'm not sure about that either anyway, so we wouldn't be even poorest in that part. So I don't really know where we would be poorest except in GDP or maybe the salary, which is a lot higher. But you should have a look, a lot higher in England. Yes, I admit that, it's no questions asked. But, I'd rather have lower salary and higher standard of living than higher salary and lowest standard of living like you do. So I don't know, it's up to you certainly. And it's really amazing if England is not so poor like you said. Why so many English people bought a land in Slovenia and even move here? Why would they do that? Because it's really poor and they would like to be here? Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Anyway, the last question for you is, why would English people move all around the world, Thailand, Australia, all around, if your country is so rich and so powerful and so amazing? I don't know that either. Anyway, so that's all. That's my answer on your question. It's not the question, it was more like some of you said that Slovenia is the poorest country comparable to England, and to my observation from London Stansted Airport. So that's what I wanted to record it for you, and that's just one small little part. I love you all, even if you're living in England, and even if you think that you're not the poorest country in Europe. That's completely alright with me. Just check the facts. Love you all. God Francie.